Good morning, YouTube friends and Facebook friends. You know, today I'm going to talk about something that is really near and dear to my heart, and it is about all things work together for good to he that believes and loves God and is called according to God's purpose for them. You know, I've talked about this before, and I've told people, you know, that scripture belongs to you only if you claim Jesus as your Lord. Remember that the promises of God don't belong to the whole world. They only belong to those that claim Jesus. So if you are one of God's children and you have made Jesus the Lord of your life, then that scripture belongs to you. So that means no matter what happens to you, no matter what happens, it's going to work towards good. And I want to tell you something. The worst thing that ever happened to me in my life was not my alcoholic father. It was not my childhood that caused post-traumatic stress syndrome. It was my husband of my 3 children, the father of my 3 children, leaving me when I was 35. He made a choice to go with another woman when I was 35 years old. And you know, no one will ever know the pain I went through when he left. And he left me in dire straits with no child support, with a job that wasn't making. I was making $250 a month. I was drawing for. That's all I had to work. I had no car, and so he left me in dire straits. And you know, when he left, he said something very strange to me. He said, "Someday you're going to thank me for this." And I said, "I will never thank you for this, never." And you know, that divorce to me was worse than a death. No one will know. Probably 10 years into being single, I would have taken him back. Even longer than that, I would have taken him back. But I told you that to tell you this. Do you know that the worst thing in my life that ever happened to me brought the best thing in my life that ever happened to me? And that was Phil Otterman. If Bob Solis wouldn't have left me, I would have never had Phil. Does that excite you? Phil and I had a marriage that was off the charts. I mean, it was the only thing in my whole life I would ever relive over again. He came along, actually it was 25 years after Bob left, he came along. And those 25 years, I had come to a place where I wanted a husband right away. I wanted a husband. But, you know, nobody ever came that was right. I did a few things that, you know, were stupid, but nobody ever came along that was right. So I finally embraced my single years, and I enjoyed them. And then God sent Phil Otterman when I was 59. And I'm going to tell you, those were years that I would never have wanted to miss. So I said all that to tell you, no matter what horrible thing is happening, if you watch for it and you believe that it will work towards good, I promise you, something wonderful will come out of that. I love that story. The worst thing that ever happened to me caused the best thing that ever happened to me. Go figure. You know, I could almost just leave it there because how powerful is that? Ooh. I believe I just settled something. That was a good sneeze. But you know, I just believe that something was like confirmed. So I want you to take a look at the worst thing that is happening to you right now and ask God to turn it towards good like he promises, because he will. You don't have to, and don't worry about how long it's going to be. It took me 25 years to turn it towards good. But you know what? My God, it was wonderful when it happened. And I only had Phil for 12 years, and you know what? That happened. Something good happened there too, and I think I've told you on some of the other videos the stuff that had happened, and we'll have to talk about that another time. But I'll tell you what, don't be discouraged and don't give up on God. Keep looking to God, because you know what? All things work together for good to he that believes and loves God and is called according to God's purpose for him. Now, see that little subscribe button down there? Hit it. Hit it. The subscribe. Subscribe to me on YouTube. I just love doing these. And also get my book, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. It's just wonderful. Chocked full of all kinds of treasures. Okay, until next time, this is your friend, Velma Hagar, bidding you a blessed day.